Hey yo, what's up guys? My name is Mr. Neptune and welcome back to another video. Today we'll be looking at transgendered influencer loses 50,000 subscribers. If you like the video, just drop a subscribe down below and let's just get right into it.
I'm a full-time content creator. I do trans educational videos.
Guys here, especially where I live, are not aware of what being trans is. They think it's like a man in a wig or something.
I was depressed growing up and I never felt really happy. As soon as I knew what being trans was, I knew that was me and I was in the wrong body.
Hi guys, National Coming Out Day was a few days ago, so I'm gonna say my coming out story.
When I came out as trans, I lost 50,000 followers on social media. I was really shook. All the hate I got and the followers I lost didn't really do anything to my goal to educate people, because I know how it saved my life and it could save a lot more people's lives.
They can see that being trans is normal and it's not a preference.
Today I'm gonna
Well, my first look at it is firstly, this young woman came out as transgendered in on a social media platform that obviously isn't on social media, where looking at transgenderism, it isn't a popular thing. To be honest, I don't think it's very norm for everybody around the world and globally with this whole transgendered movement and being transgendered. I think it's good for people who are comfortable in their own skin to go through the procedure, but I don't think it's good to lie to people when you are trying to when you're going under the comfort blankets of I'm trying to educate people. I don't think it's good that you're sitting there and telling people, hey, A, B, and C, and then you come out as trans. So it's almost like this undercut of double-sided sword that you're trying to basically cover up the fact that you are trans by educating people. So when you come out, people will be more accepting of you, as where you obviously got the obvious outcome of where people don't like being lied to, especially in an environment where everything people can lie to you, especially in a situation like that. So her losing followers is an inevitable outcome for her own decisions making, the type of content that she makes. But let's continue.
talk to my dad about the whole transition and how he felt in the beginning, because he was not 100% accepting back then. What was it about me being trans that bothered you? So I don't actually eat until 4 p.m. because the estrogen I take makes me gain weight really fast. So I do smoothies every morning. So trans girls are born with the wrong body. So when we look at ourselves, we don't see the reflection that we are supposed to see. I was depressed growing up and I never felt really happy. I would always question what was wrong with me. I was constantly looking for clues and answers as to what to do. So one day I went on YouTube and I was scrolling through and I found a girl that was transgender, and I was so fascinated by it. Something talked to me, so I watched the whole video, and after that video I knew that I wanted to start hormones, I wanted to get the surgery, I wanted to transition fully. It was like a light switch flicked in my head.
Well, I think a father not accepting the concept of the idea of wanting to be transgendered makes sense. I mean, any parent would also doubt their children's decisions to make such a life-changing, altering decision for themselves and coming up with that idea. I think that for her, trying to justify the fact that at a young age she felt all these feelings, I can understand if she said that she was feeling maybe unhappy at the fact that she didn't understand why she was in this body. It makes more sense. Maybe she was more confused at a younger age, but to say that you were feeling depressed and unhappy, I think it's very disingenuous of you to not tell the truth of maybe you were confused of why you were in this male body at such a young age. I think that obviously a lot of young children can feel like they weren't born in the right body at the young age, but I also do think that with that same feeling, you should also be educated on why those feelings exist. Maybe she wasn't educated at a young age, but I do feel like there should be a responsibility for parents to have at least have came to and tried to answer these questions if they couldn't, and then this would have had been the solution to the answer that she would have wanted, in which came to fruition. So let's just get into it.
I saw how just a video can change someone's life. So that's when I decided to start helping others, and that's what I'm doing now. This is my studio where I do my makeup for TikToks and YouTube. And today I'm getting ready for a photo shoot. I'm a full-time content creator. I do trans educational videos on YouTube, and I do small little comedy videos on TikTok. I first started getting a following on social media when I started playing around with makeup. I used to do small tutorials and I would post my looks and people would follow me for makeup advice. I actually got into makeup videos when I first started transitioning. I would watch a lot of tutorials on how to do makeup and I got pretty good at it. I started doing YouTube on how to do makeup and feminize your face to help with your transition. I started hormone replacement therapy at 16 years old, and I still remember the day I took my first blocker. I was so happy, and it was the start of a great life. Okay, I'm ready.
Hey, what's up? Welcome. I'm so excited. Oh, me too. How are you? I'm good. You? Good, thanks.
When I came out as trans to my followers, I was excited and I thought that I would get a very positive response, but I totally got the opposite and I was really shook. A lot of people were saying that I would never be a girl, that I fooled them for following me and not telling them, which is kind of crazy. I started getting a lot of hate, and that's when I realized that I was not gonna get a positive reaction. It was very depressing, and I saw that my numbers were going down pretty fast. I lost 50,000 followers. I deleted all social media on my phone, and I took about I think maybe 5 months, 6 months of a break. And then after those months, I was like, you know what? Let me gain that following that I lost back with good people and build a following with people that I'm proud to call my supporters.
Well, looking at it now, she probably learned from that decision that she made, making content online. Obviously, it's an online space. A lot of online platforms are male dominated. I don't think she knew that. I think making makeup content, maybe she thought that she was doing something good, in which she was. Obviously, she was just making makeup content and that's all it was. It was nothing serious. But I think when it comes to online content, I think she never knew that the reason why she lost so much followers is not because of the news per se or she coming out. Obviously that plays a huge factor in the illusion of what she was doing, of the educational videos and also of the videos, of the makeup videos. But I think where it comes into the fact is that a lot of people just don't like to be lied to, especially in the sense of online content. When you try to make content, a lot of people don't feel like they should be lied to when consuming what they want to consume. So I think when she came out as transgender, a lot of people unfollowed her because that's not what they thought they were signing up for in per se. And I also think that when it comes to online content and when it comes to the beauty sphere and all of that, I don't think advertising that you are transgendered gives you a pass for the image that you were trying to convey towards others, basically.
My online content definitely became more educational and trans related.
And I didn't know what trans was, but then when I found out what being trans was, I was like, oh my God, that's me.
I was there to educate people and help people, and it's so important for some people that are going through so much of a hard time.
They can see that being trans is normal and it's not a preference.
When I told my family I was trans, I think I did it individually. So I told my sister first and she was like, I fully support, I understand. My mom was supportive as well. When I explained to my parents what I would have to do to transition, my mom's biggest concern was always health-wise, if HRT would affect my health and the surgeries, with anesthesia and everything. I was so scared of my dad's reaction though, because my dad back then was very close-minded.
There wasn't a moment really that we thought she'd be gay or transgender or anything like that. As a toddler, she really enjoyed playing with more feminine toys, but to us, I mean, it was, there was no big deal, so we never knew at that time that she could be transgender or anything.
Hello, Papa.
How are you?
I'm good. How was your day?
Oh, awesome, yes.
So today I'm gonna talk to my dad about the whole transition and how he felt in the beginning because he was not 100% accepting back then. I actually have a few questions that I never asked him before. So how did
Well, before we get into this segment, I think it's also important for her to understand. I think it's funny that she told a mother and a sister before that she told her father. And I think it's funny for a few reasons. I think it's funny because a lot of women are more understanding when it comes to personal issues and personal things that we see when it comes to individual levels of, so example, if somebody goes through a car accident, women are more empathetic. When you go through financial struggles, more caring when it comes to that. They're more willing to give and so on and so forth. So for her to tell her mother and her sister, obviously it's family, so they would be more comfortable with it. But I think when it comes to a father per se, she knew there was going to be a sense of denial or backlash when it came to him because she knew that he was basically not going to accept the fact that his only son wanted to be a woman, and he obviously understood that it wasn't something that any father would be comfortable with. So I think that she also knew that in the sense of he would not accept it at first. And I think he probably accepted it because she was probably an adult in that sense, or she was more likely to do her own thing when she became an adult. So that's why I think he became more accepting.
you feel when I first came out?
Well, I was surprised, but at first I thought it was just a phase. And then you kept on talking to your mom about it. She was telling me, this is for real, it's not a phase.
Did you understand or did you believe me?
At first,
When
no.
I was wearing hoodies to school every day.
No, like I said earlier, it's really when your mom told me.
Yeah.
And even then, it didn't catch on right away. She had to tell me and tell me again every couple of weeks. And then eventually she told me like solid, like, it's not going to change. This is it.
What was it about me being trans that bothered you or made you uncomfortable at first? Was it the surgeries or like the things I had to go through?
Yeah, that would be for sure the main thing concerning your health. I know your mom had a good point, that you might be in trouble living
With hormones.
And all
Yeah.
that.
So do you fully accept me now?
Of course I do, yeah. I mean, many years ago, I didn't just start now accepting you. As soon as it wasn't a new thing that you came out, I accepted it right away.
Thank you so much for accepting me. It means the world to me that you're supporting me.
It's my pleasure. Your mom and I both love you very much, and we're very happy for you.
Talking with my dad was amazing. I think he did give me the answers I was hoping for. It even exceeded my expectations.
What Adia taught me with being a trans woman is that it needs a lot of courage on her end. I think she's doing a wonderful job. I do feel protective over her. She's my daughter now.
My hopes and dreams for the future would be to definitely reach out more people and have a bigger platform. And I definitely want to step into the modeling world because there's not enough trans actresses. Maybe someone's gonna see that person on TV and it's gonna save their whole life. An advice I would give to other trans women would be to be yourself and never compare yourself to others and others transition. Everyone's different. You're going at your own pace, and that's what is so beautiful about it.
Well, that's the video. My next comment to it is basically, I think that the father obviously denying the fact that she wanted to be transgendered is an obvious statement. Any parent would do that. But I think the mother reassuring him that it was a permanent decision was a good key factor in him understanding that, okay, this is where we are going with this and that's how it's going to be. My personal opinion on this is I think it's good to have a clear and transparent conversation about it. I think that it's obviously a new thing of where people just take hormones and just want to transition to whatever gender they want to be, or whatever gender they think they want to be or want to embody. But I do think that this constant idea that why is it being sold to young people in a stage of their life where a lot of their mental capacity isn't developing properly. A lot of the decision making that they make in their younger years will affect them later on in life. I think that the whole idea of transitioning to any gender is very bad when it comes to it's a very permanent life decision, and I don't think a lot of young people understand the consequences of this. I don't think a lot of young people know why they want to do it. I think in her case, obviously, she knew why. This was a feeling from when she had from a young age. But I'm talking about the general populace, in which way the consequences of doing it is higher when you get older, and you tend to feel the regret of the decision that you've made, and you haven't really felt the opportunity to become a full adult as you get older, instead of doing it in your younger years of where you feel like I don't know what I feel like, and I think I feel like this. So the decision making when it comes to these things is very important, and I think it is good to have a discussion around it. I think that in overall it's a good video. I don't think there's anything wrong with it, and I think that looking at it from a neutral point of view, I think that what she's doing by educating people is good. But I also do think that something that she can do is by providing the medical history of it, and providing the medical opinions of other doctors on it, and not just having this blank slate view of, hey, if you're going to do it, A, B, and C is what will happen. And I think she needs to actually give people proper information if you want to start educating people on this concept of trans issues and all of that. But thank you for watching the videos, guys. And if you like the video, just like and subscribe. And until next time.